Does lack of clear communication or top-down decision-making hinder cooperation? Is that what's hindering it, or is it something else?
Oh, absolutely. Because as we all know, or at least us three know, that the convention, the ideal of that is that the headquarters of the Southern Baptist Convention is in the local churches, and then so their desires are expressed upward and or hope to be carried out upwards. I realize there's going to be differences. It's very important. I've been serving at the church that I'm at now for 5 years, and Bobby, when I went to that church, when they asked me to become their pastor, they were asking me then, has the SBC cleared up some transparency issues? Or are they more open right now? So this is not something that has just come on the horizon the last 2 or 3 years. This, by my church, the church that I'm pastor now, was being asked over 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, it's definitely not a brand new topic. Warren, go ahead.
No, and I was in the last church I served for almost 8 years, and it was continually a discussion. And I said from the beginning, when the GCR became a thing and we changed the way we're doing church planting, I made the comment that churches support what they can see and what they can hold on to. People are that way. And so all they hear is the name Kevin Ezell. And all they hear is, well, they bought all this exorbitant property. They go to all these exorbitant things. And it's like somebody gave them a unlimited charge card and they just go and they spend it. And then they don't come back. And when we ask, we're told, well, no, we're not going to talk about that. Well, why not? What I'd like for Dr. Orr to say is address, why is CP giving off? Let's talk about really why it's
well, but he gave you the reason. He gave you the reason.
What he thought.
Yeah, no, he gave you the reason. The reason is that expressive individualism.
Yes.
Culture's changed, and now everybody, if it's not my way, then I'm not going to participate. If it's not the way I want it, I'm not going to participate. Right. And I'm just saying, no, that is not the case.
Well, and you said something a minute ago along those lines. It has nothing whatsoever to do with culture. It has to do with accountability and the fact they don't want to do it and they're not going to do it. And what we're being asked as pastors, let's just be real and transparent. We're being asked why somebody doesn't hold them accountable and say, the Constitution says you have to do this, and either do it or these are the consequences. But there's none.
Yeah, it very much has to do with culture. It's just not the external culture.
Exactly.
It's the internal culture that has been created by somewhat, some would say, elitism within the convention, and the we're above and beyond you. In fact, we'll hit on it, but we don't have time to go into it. But when Chuck Kelly, the president emeritus of New Orleans, when he wrote his book, which I don't remember the name of now, but
the Best Intentions. Is that?
Yeah, that's it. Best Intentions.
I've got it here on my desk.
Yeah. We'll put a link down in the comments as well, or in the video description. But that book, one of the things that he surmised when he looked back a decade into the Great Commission resurgence was there was a clear move by the North American Mission Board trying to centralize power, trying to centralize the mission endeavor, to remove it from the state conventions, hopefully to defund the state conventions and associations so they could maintain that. What we've seen in the most recent audio files that have come out and have been reported on by the Baptist paper, thankful to the Baptist paper folks for doing that, but they've been revealing that was pretty clear. They said, look, if we just are able to stop sending the kind of money we're sending to those areas, eventually we will bleed them dry. Eventually they'll just go away because they don't have the income to survive on their own. All of those are non-partnership types of statements and a lack of cooperation on their part. Dwayne, you were going to say something. Jump in there.
Now, I was just going to use illustration to drive your point home. You know, Dr. Iorg said it was because of expressive individualism, and basically saying, we're saying if we oppose what they're wanting to do, we're saying it's my way or the highway. And I say they're the ones that are saying this. Matter of fact, the majority of the convention said, we want you to change your financial plans to say this and to disclose this information. And they come back and said, no, we're not going to do that. You're going to have to listen to the way we want it done, and here's what we're going to do. It's just
it's a trust issue. It's a
yes.
trust issue. That's the bottom line. It's trust issue. Up until the GCR, did we have difficulties with the cooperative program? Of course we did. There were things that were done. We've all served on committees. We've all been in partnership states. There are things we didn't agree with, but we didn't throw out the baby with the bathwater. We continued to serve. We continued to promote it in our churches. We continued to encourage our budget increases to increase it because the basic fabric didn't change. But the fabric of what we're doing is changed. And they're not telling us why and what and how much.
Okay.
We knew exactly how many North American missionaries we had on the field, what their jobs were, and how many volunteers that were commissioned as well. We don't know any of that now.
And their salaries were all disclosed. All of that. It was not just this one huge number that nobody knew. I mean, you know, they want to talk about a couple of the individuals on NAM and how much money they made. And someone asked me about it, and I said, I had any idea. I can give you what the whole number is for the staff, but I can't tell you who makes what or how much or even approaching what their package is.
Well, now here's where we go. Iorg's report keeps moving forward, and he basically said, "This is your fault. This is your problem. You, those who are critics of what's happening in the Cooperative Program and the SBC, you just misunderstanding. You're misunderstanding what's going on. You don't really understand